Gonna make vegan honey cake with lots of other spices that are yummy.
Cool. So our base is 1 1/3 cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, and you can use lots of different kinds of oils. We're using, well, you'll see later, 2 tablespoons of honey, 4 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of yeast. Knead it for 5 minutes. 30 minutes rising time, 25 minutes in the oven. So our recipe will be a little bit more elaborate because we have these wonderful spices which we're going to add in. In mine, I think I might put some châtaigne, some sweet chestnuts. I've got some different seeds there, some raisins. We've got honey and our flour and everything. And we actually have 3 different recipes going on today because we've got 3 people in the kitchen. So that's rather exciting. We do have friends over. And there's our lovely layout. 3 little tins waiting for us. Alors, allez, mets dedans. We are putting in 3 teaspoons, and in French that's a cuillère de café, in lukewarm water. Alors, t'as besoin un nouveau peut-être? A new one? So Heidi's already done hers. Give it a mix, Heidi. So in France they're called levure boulangère because we're making a kind of cake, but it will taste, well, bready and cakey at the same time, won't it, Heidi? So now we're going to add the sweetness to help the fermentation. Stirring up the yeast in my lukewarm water. Perfect. We're using huile de tournesol, sunflower oil, 1/3 of a cup. Time to add the oil. In you go. Beautiful. And give that a stir. Wonderful. Okay, this tiny little amount is the cinnamon put in. Heidi, what other flavours do you want to go in?
I want to put some cinnamon in.
Did I just say cinnamon? I meant vanilla. Go on. Dusty, dusty, hit the top. We're running out a bit. Heidi's deciding to go for a little bit of nutmeg as well. I'm going to put in some allspice. Lovely. And because I know it's not very fresh, I'm going to put in something else too. As you can see, I've gone for it and put in a bit of everything. It'll certainly taste autumnal and almost Christmassy. My spoon's just fallen in, but we've done all the wet mixtures and we're ready to add the flour. Okay, so we've added half of the flour, 2 cups. And we're almost out, actually. There's hardly any for me. So I'm going to get a bit inventive and use my fancy blender over there to make my own flour. So Heidi's adding in some raisins.
Makes a noise.
Yeah. And sunflower seeds. Go for it, Heidi. So this is cup 3, and then we need to do cup 4. I'm well behind. These 2 are doing amazing. Okay, Heidi's getting out her mixed dough onto the floured board, and then she can knead it properly. So it's still a bit wet, but I made the board nice and floury. Well done, Heidi. I get some oiling our tins for us. Les moules. Heidi's getting to grips with kneading. Turning 90 degrees. Pushing away. Well done. Keep going. Okay, so for my fancy flour, I've put in 1 cup of flaked buckwheat, 1 cup of rice flakes. I've already got 1 cup of whole wheat flour in my mix, so that's 3 cups. I need 1 more cup. So I'm going to blend this up to flour first. Lovely texture, nice and fine, perfect. Okay, mixing that in. So mine's going to be a very different flavour to everyone else's. And I'm also going to do a different technique. So Heidi put her raisins in when the mix was quite wet. I'm going to put in my extra goodies once mine has already become a dough. Heidi's beautiful spiced raisin bread with honey is ready to go in the tin. Okay, Heidi, can you lift the dough? So put it this beautiful side facing down in the tin. Can you do that?
Okay, down.
Pick it up. It's heavy, isn't it? Good. So you've got the not so pretty side up. Now you need to squeeze it into the corners all the way to the end so it fills the tin. Turn the tin round and do the other end. So not too much, just to kind of get it into shape. Okay, nice and flat. Good. So what I just did then, after the pressing, was turn the tin upside down, and then you can see the oil on top. And then so the bottom has now become the top that was all pretty and flat and gorgeous. So Heidi's going to do a design, are you? With a knife?
I am.
And then we're going to put a tea towel on to let it rise. Agat's done her name and a heart. Beautiful. Very nice, Heidi. Okay, so the warmest bit of the house is on the table in the sun. We don't have a special cupboard or anything. So before rising, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, and then hopefully they'll be a little bit risen. Now I can get back to mine. So I've stirred in my 3 cups, and for speed I'm just going to add this plain white flour, which was kind of a backup, and we were actually using it to make paint. So it's nothing special. All my others are kind of bio, organic. So before kneading, so I've picked up all of my flour, and my dough feels really different to the girls, and I think it's because of my extra alternative flours. I've flattened out my dough, and I'm going to add a handful of sunflower seeds. I want my sesame seeds to be really crunchy, so I've laid mine on top, and because I did the turning over method, the oil has helped them stick on in place. Oven lit on about 180 degrees.